Hush, puppy! Hush, puppy! Beast of a Southern Wild. If you don't know why you never heard of this film, it is a film from the Sundance Film Festival. That's why. This movie is about a little girl, probably 5 or 6 years old, named Hush Puppy, who lives in southern Louisiana, a very poor part of southern Louisiana, and her father, his name is Wink in the movie, takes care of her. And pretty much it's about their lives together and what happens when a big Hurricane Katrina-like storm comes in and floods the area, and how they deal with it. Actors, Dwight Henry plays Hush Puppy's father, and Hush Puppy is played by Quaven Zane Wallace. We'll just call it Quaven. And the movie is very good. There were a couple scenes I wasn't totally unsure. I didn't totally like. The little girl lives in her own little home kind of deal. Wink built her own little home to live in, and he lives right next door to keep an eye on her. The home has its own little stove and bed and everything. Which is kind of a good thing to have with a 6-year-old there, because the kid doesn't know too much how to use the stove responsibly. In one scene, the kid actually burns the home down because he put something on the stove and left it there for too long. Started a fire. So the kid's forced to stay in the same house with their father. They raised chickens together to eat, and the father has this disease. I think it's I'm not sure what it is. He explains that his blood is eating him or something. I think it's like cohesiveness or something like that. And when this flood happens, they have to make sure everybody else in the area is all right, and so they are floating around on this boat to get everybody. And the father gets to the levees in order to make a hole so the water can recede. And then they get to they are forced to go to a shelter. Stay. And I didn't totally understand why they wanted to leave the shelter. It looked like they were in a much better living area than they were in their impoverished homes, and they were much better taken care of. So I just didn't understand that. And the father has a disease he could die from, and he's getting proper treatment, but he decides to leave anyway. He guess he feels the treatment's not enough. He's going to die anyway. I don't know. It was that kind of bugged me. It bugged me that the fire that the kids started in her own little home. That kind of bugged me. It bugged me that the father is sometimes a little bit abusive to the little girl, the way he raises her. I mean, he raises her like almost like he's raising a boy. Probably because that's the only way he knows how to raise a child. And you're wondering where the mother is to the whole other thing. Either the mother died in childbirth, or I don't know, maybe left because maybe she couldn't handle the responsibility of a child. I don't know. While the father is dying, though, in one scene, the little girl does end up running away to kind of like a burlesque place, and finds a woman that is could be her mother, or at least little hush puppy is clinging to her, like a little girl clinging to a mom. But then she runs away and goes back to her dad while he's dying. I didn't totally understand that, because this woman could better take care of her. I mean, she seemed like she wanted to anyway. Maybe it wouldn't be the right environment for her anyway, considering it's a burlesque that she lives in. You take what you can get, I think. And in the background, I think it's within the child's heads, you see the glaciers of the South Pole melting, because the kid's talking a lot about global warming, and you see prehistoric animals that were frozen within the ice being melted out, and I guess they may still be alive, and they wake up and they start coming towards southern Louisiana. But I think they're really images in Hush Puppy's head, and she's running from them. But then she stands against those images and stares them down, and they walk away. I always thought the giant wild boar were going to eat her or something. I thought the movie was very good. My newspaper gives it its highest rating. They give a rating between 1 out of 4 stars. And they gave it 4 stars, and I don't think it's that good. For me, it would be a 10 out of 10 or anything, but I would give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very good movie. I'm sure it probably get nominated for an Academy Award or something. The acting is very good. It does show how impoverished people live in Louisiana very well. But a lot of things just bug me about how the father was taking care of the kid, being a little bit abusive. So that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. And that's my review of Beasts of Southern Wild.